Okay, this is the Heathkit SA-2060A antenna tuner. It's a T-network, and there's several things we need to get straight on it. The capacitor at the moment is set at maximum, and that means I'm like at about 100. So 0 is minimum capacity and 100 is maximum capacity. Now let's come over here to the next capacitor. Make sure that it's the same way. Maximum capacity is 100 and minimum capacity is 0. We can see the capacitor in here. 0, 100. Now, when using a T network, you've got to be careful. Unlike an L network, a T network can be tuned at a lot of different points and a lot of different efficiencies. So we want to make sure that the capacity is, we want to use the maximum amount of capacity possible in the output side of the tuner. So like on the low bands, I'm going to start with this thing on maximum capacity. And with the roller inductor, we're going to also have to make sure what the turns count is. We need to be sure we know where minimum inductance is. And minimum could be 0, I hope, or it could be 100 or some high number. Don't know how high this turns indicator goes, but right now, okay, we're down at 0. Okay, so if that's minimum inductance, we're going to want to tune this tuner with the smallest amount of inductance that we can use. Smallest inductance, highest capacitance, in order to give us a minimum SWR. And that will give us the most efficiency in a T network. I'm going to go through this one. I'm going to make sure that all of the contact points are cleaned. Like there's a contact point there, and there's a contact point there. And you can see the roller. This rolls on the inductor. And infinitely variable on the tap. So I need to go through all that stuff. Make sure all the screws are tight. Pull the box off the back here. Make sure we have clean contacts on the switch. What we've got is we've got a bypass position. We've got coax 1 position. We have a position for a long wire, which will probably be my use for it. And we have a coax 2 position. We also have a built-in SWR meter, and we have a power meter. And we've got push-button switches that I need to check and make sure they work. Basically, we have a high and a low power watt meter, 0 to 200 and 0 to 2000 by pushing the bottom switch. And then we have switches so we can actually read the SWR. This meter is used for reflected power. It's also used for SWR. The bottom scale is your typical SWR meter, where if we put the switch in one position, we adjust the sensitivity for a full-scale reading, and then we flip the switch and it will give us a reflected power or SWR reading. So this ought to be an interesting interesting project. I probably can use it on any portable operations. If I've got this in the back of my truck, I should be able to tune almost anything so that I can get on the air. I just throw up a random end-fed wire and a counterpoise or a ground, and I should be able to match anything, or almost anything. It's pretty big, so it'll take, I think this will take full power, 1500 watts.